This is so different.
Switched gear, first to 10. We've never fought with this stuff ever.
I'm Ryn. I'm Caldose.
Welcome to Battle Meetings.
Is this the same? The same. It kind of wants a cross club, so it might be Alright.
Did you watch that beat then? Yes. Like, hey, let's talk about it. You know, instead of what were you asking? Yeah. Is that why that guy is that why that guy is that what they're all playing? There's only two. The guy that got traded would be after that game. Where he got the ball, puts the deal in the zone, and trying to take it out of the guy. Yeah. Three. I mean, they just at that point, so many were like people they were dropping everywhere, like literally like. No,
So yeah, I mean, sorry.
I was like wondering if that might have been something. Like an FT10.
No, so they're offline. So did I get that up before that? Okay, just let. Sorry. Yep.
Yeah. He like runs back for a touchdown and you go, okay, it's all later.
Like,
I feel like it was so he did it in trouble.
oh, good snap. Good snap. Because I'm thinking this is higher than this. Three.
You have that easy right
If you one that you call, definitely.
Now you got first.
Okay. 5. No, 4-3.
I didn't watch all of it. I watched. As good as the other ones were, you couldn't see the whole
Oh, well, there goes that.
area.
Really? Oh, why? They still have like a. That's an option. Okay, it's a three.
I'm not surprised. Yeah, we should have some smart. Yeah. I mean, I think we covered our fights pretty well, honestly. We actually didn't go very well.
Why do I do
You do that to me all the time. I don't know how you do it.
Could you let me delay your swing?
Yeah.
Yes. Because we did.
And we're on the very southwest of the southwest.
Do we have like the resources there?
Metal, wood, stone, everything we need. Fucking.
So it's pretty comparable thing too.
Yeah.
It's good. What did you get used to?
The only people we know there is
Three. Is that side off? Because that was hit on me.
Yeah.
Okay, so still 6-4.
Thanks. Well, we gotta fuck that one thing. The biggest one.
Yeah. It's
Some.
See, this is what I wanted to do with our last one. Junk. It was just, oh, we got radio tonight or something, you know. That's pretty nice.
Why? That was dumb.
I think I saw a picture somewhere. This is prepping for the kid.
I think it's fun. I think it's fun.
The key is to get super upset at them, like show them that you're super unhappy, and then when they go outside and go to the bathroom, you get like super happy with them, and they go, oh, I like that. And it's like everything they do. Yeah. And it's like, yeah.
That was really bad.
I don't
The
know.
9-5?
9-5, I think? Yes.
They yelled at me and picked me up, and then I got thrown outside. But then when I went to the bathroom outside, they gave me love.
That was good. Here. You got that short person. 9-6? All right, buddy. Good fight.
So, what do you do with your arm with the strap? Do you go down by belt? Or are you like down here? So I almost felt like it was cool to do like one of these almost. You're like grabbing your belt.
Yeah, that's basically what my hands got in.
Yeah.
Because then I just do the elbow flex.
Yeah.
You want to take a second to get some water and talk about it? Because it's definitely interesting. So,
What'd you notice?
I definitely feel like I felt like this shoulder was really exposed, but you didn't do anything about it. It's just because I guess it's just because it was lower. So this is the switch. We did switched gear. So the first lesson to learn about switched gear is bring your worst gear so that they get screwed over. Because I have his secret bats and he's got my like 15-ounce short sword.
I definitely felt like because your back shoulder is back too far, I could see it the whole time, but I had no confidence I could get it. So that's why I didn't get it too often. I wasn't even aiming for much of it because just yours is slower because it's heavier and it's just not quite as long. So I felt like anytime I got close enough where I could go for it, we were already moving and doing stuff.
Okay.
You were talking about how you
Yeah, we were talking about that.
Yeah. Is it, do I do that to you at all? Where like you're out of range but you can see it, and so it kind of.
Well, because I do a better, at least today I noticed just in my fights in general, I've been doing really good about closing the gap.
Cool.
Like even with Loki, I felt way more like confident with my wraps.
Nice.
And it's especially with that shoulder because I know that now that I know that sword isn't 34, it's actually like 32 inches.
Oh really? Okay.
Because my secret bat is 34, and I put them next to each other, and it's like 2 inches shorter. And I was like, wow, because I rebladed it, and so it's just gotten shorter and shorter.
Nice.
Did
you like the middle strap?
Yeah, I don't think I have a preference for or against it. Like I definitely felt guarded, but I didn't know if I felt guarded because you were afraid to throw that shot, or because like it actually guarded like more. I kind of like the low strap because I feel like I have to do less work to get my shoulder covered, and that's where I feel like one of my biggest weaknesses is like I get wrapped a lot, which is why I put wraps back into my game because I was like,
I keep dying.
I keep dying to wrap shots. Why am I not killing people with wrap shots? And now I am, and I feel really good about that.
Nice.
How'd you feel about those dark sides?
Yeah, those are good. And the actual dark side itself isn't what got me. It's your lead up to it, where you kind of come around almost like what Fane does all the time, where he kind of almost does around the world. So you have a move into it, so it's like, all right, cool. And then, yeah, you can wrap it pretty well. I think if I had that shield, I would have been fine on him, because I can come straight down. Whereas this one, I had no clue how to go over to guard that other hip.
Okay. We can do some fights again and see.
Yeah.
Because I want to throw that. That shot, I figured, because I know I always know how to do a dark side, and I do it a lot in single blue because everything's open. But like something clicked today when I was fighting Loki of like, oh, like one, the feint to bring out the shield, and then two, like I'm stepping with it, or I'm trying to step with it, but I move my body with it to give myself that angle.
Okay.
I mean, before I would just throw it out and be like, well, there's the shield, because I'm not capitalizing on that angle switch.
And I bet, yeah, that combined with your closing speed, it makes a big difference.
Yeah. So it's definitely nice having fast secret bats too. Yeah, those things are
How did you like the length of them? Because those are a little
Those
longer
are the 36?
Yeah.
I definitely felt more intimidating, just because I had the more range than I usually do.
And you feel like you have a little less control, but just a tad less control?
Yeah, there were definitely a few shots that I threw that I was like, I didn't feel super confident on. I want to see what they look like, because I was just like, especially with like the shoulder wraps, like it was like I could do them from range, but I was like, is this going where I want it to go? Like I feel like my tip control is a little off.
Okay, yeah.
So I'm definitely curious about that. Interesting concept all around to do the switch to
It
gear.
is fun. No, I like that because I feel like I'll be way better at fighting people with low straps now.
Because you have a better understanding of like where that's.
Yeah, and because that's the thing is it's like you're almost like down here, and so if you want to cover this hip, you have to kind of like your whole arm has to come up.
Yeah.
Whereas if you're doing the mid strap, it's just two movements. It's just a punch straight across, so it's real easy to guard that hip and come back.
Yeah.
Or it's just a flex here, and you can show that, bait that shoulder, and bring it back up again. And you can never see that because there's a whole shield in the way. Like I want to get like a glass shield.
Glass shield.
Yeah, like because you're just like shove people for training.
Yeah.
But like when you have that low strap, the game you play where you do a whole lot of torso movement fits real well, but I feel like there's no mobility around.
With your arm?
Yeah, with your arm to move the shield. And I notice that when I fight you, because you very rarely move the shield. You're always doing hip stuff.
And stuff.
Whereas I'm always like more boxer, so I'm not even leaning quite as much, but I'm moving both hands all the time.
Well, so I would also say you should maybe not as drastic as I do with like because I have that low strap, but probably put some more hips into your blocks.
Definitely, yeah.
Because your hips are faster than your arms. Because your whole body moves it off of one pivot versus off of two.
So my only rebuttal to that is you throw that dark side. If I have to bend my whole hip over to block it, now my sword arm's really far away to try to return over the top because your sword's already down, right? So your whole body should be exposed. Whereas if I can just pop here and block that, my arm's already here to return real quick.
Well, so the other thing to think about is gotta love them.
Battle me, dudes!
When people throw that dark side, and if you watch Paulo at the tourney the other day, whenever he comes under, that board comes this way because you're guarding this shoulder. Because that's the shot that they're anticipating. So if anything, you could probably bait out that and just throw the wrap shot.
From the dark side? Or what do you mean? Wait.
So like when I do here, just wrap it. Because now my shield
Yeah.
is over here.
Nice, yeah.
So you don't have to worry about going all the way over. So hip to dark side thing, wrap it. Because their sword is now stuck here in this very weird position if they can't recover fast.
I remember watching Paulo do that at a tournament, and it just looks so limiting on what he can do. Like if he just closed the gap when it's under like that, and especially when he was on his knees, I felt like there's a lot more things that people could do to. I'd be
Well,
curious.
also, but amped, he can't get bowled over.
Yeah.
And Dag, that would be scary. But like, he's just so slow. He's like, yeah, I'm ready for it. I'm ready for that money shot. No. Oh, and it's just like, but no. But yeah, so like I think definitely like don't think everything needs to be returned to that high cross.
But I mean, yeah,
Because,
the only reason I'm
like-
saying is just because if you do that arc side, especially if they have a low strap, it's going to be a lot harder to cover that. So that's always going to be the most over the shoulder, especially with someone with a low
Yeah.
strap when they throw that dark side.
I also think like if you're thinking this as your return shot, if you do, that gives you more pop into that shot anyway because you're putting your hips into the throw. So I don't know, things to think about.
Yeah, that would kind of cool.
Yeah.
Try that a little more.
Any other thoughts on switched gear?
Yeah, I absolutely think the low strap is the worst of the two options. Only took one.
I can kill you with both, so I don't care.
Yep. You can.
And a secret base.